Hello Leo, this is a rerun reading for you because the other one went over 15 minutes and I'm trying to keep these under that that time limit. Now, this is a general reading for next week, week commencing 25th September. Major Arcana only 3-card reading, reading towards me. What that came out with, and it'd be interesting to see what happens now, was that some long-held senses of what is and what is right and what is wrong, that perhaps had become a little bit outdated, we're going to get kind of mucked around with somehow this week, and it was going to leave you feeling a bit shit. And it was to do with matters of the heart that are so deeply rooted that you perhaps don't fully recognise some of the roots. And I guess it's stuff like that that can become outdated. So I'll stop rambling in case I go over bloody 15 again. Give it one more shuffle, one more cut for you, Leo, and let's see what we get this time. Okay, Justice, Judgment reversed, and Hermit reversed. Well, it's definitely a sense of right and wrong going on here. Definitely something being turned on its head, and definitely you being left in a quiet, well, yeah, in a quiet state. I mean, the Hermit reverse for me can either mean the opposite of a quiet old man contemplating the nature of reality in his cave, which would be a squawky young female frothing flibbity-gibbet doodahs around the place. Or it can mean someone who's kept themselves away, sort of shut away, thinking about things for so long that they've gone a bit, it's all gone a bit off inside them. I don't know, I've just got the feeling rashness here. Now this card fascinates me because we've got this angel who doesn't look sort of angry or judgmental. In the side, she actually looks quite merciful, and we've got the dead rising, and they're not that pleased about it. I guess they thought that whatever they'd done in their lives was dead and buried with them, and now they're being kind of woken up and it's all being raked up for them again. So the same sort of sense, and it was in the same position as the kind of raking up energy. It was the Lovers reversed before. And I mean, the inevitability of what Cupid is doing in the Lovers card, for me, is matched by the inevitability. You know, this is a natural force. Well, this is a supernatural force. This is a spiritual force, but it's coming from above, and there's not a damn bloody thing you can do about it. In this case, it's upside down. And I mean, here in the previous one, we had the Emperor right side up. So we had this sense of order, and then it all went blah, 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 in the middle, and it ended with the Star reversed over here. So it's not that dissimilar. Because here in the place of the Emperor we have Justice. So it was this sense of stuff that you just kind of took as read. That's just the way it is. Being mucked about with, being challenged, being turned on its head. And it leaving you feeling rather stunned and not very happy. I mean, it was no great disasters, I have to say. You know, I said at the end of that one, this was not to do with losing your job or losing your home. Or, you know, this is not Tower energy, but it's definitely, this is an internal shake-up for you. And there is an element of it that is really unwelcome, really, really unwelcome, because you don't want this turned on its head. But I feel what's involved in this, your sense of right and wrong, your sense of up and down, and even just your sense of what is as opposed to what is not, You know, nobody likes that stuff being turned on its head. There's no question of that. So what I did last time, the first one I clarified was this, because I found it really confusing, the in the context of the other cards, the Lovers in reverse, because we had all the stability here with the Emperor and then the Lovers reversed here. And here we have, you know, the stability of justice. Yeah, and it's really interesting with like justice and the law and all of that, because, you know, the law is there to kind of regulate the behavior of us wild creatures, which we most definitely are. That's what the law is there for, but it's there to promote a generalized sort of well-being. It's there in the interests of peace. It's there in the interests of order, you know, so that people can get on with like doing their lives and making their living without having to you know, knowing there's something there to protect them against marauding chaos. That's what it's for. And she does have a benevolent look on her face, and she is very, very studiously regarding the scales here. It's not nice when this gets mucked about with, but clearly it's being mucked about with, and clearly that is leaving you not feeling that good about things. So let's see what we get here, because, yeah, I'm not going to say what we got there the last time. Well, that's funny, because this one came up the last time, and I had a damn good shuffle between these two, I've got to say. This came up the last time, clarifying the Emperor here, and this time it's clarifying Judgment reversed. I think perhaps there's going to be some sense in which you begin to wonder whether you've been a bit naive and some of your belief systems are a bit out of date. And I don't mean belief systems in terms of sort of any kind of, you know, formal spiritual approach, but just your sense of what's real and what's right. Perhaps you've been holding on to certain elements of that beyond their you know, beyond the suitability of their application, because there's clearly something else going on here. Let's get a bit more here. Right. Oh God, that's so interesting to see the Wheel of Fortune there to clarify justice, because the Wheel of Fortune is like, will it be this or will it be that? And then you've got her there with her scales and her sword, and once those scales have come down one side or the other, that sword is going to go snicker snack. So yeah, I'm afraid it's the same message really. There's uncertainty. There's uncertainty, but it's uncertainty about how you yourself feel about things that you have held dear in yourself. Yeah, as a kind of the structural underpinnings, that might be going a little bit far, but the kind of internal structure for you is getting thrown around next week. I'm going to pull one more to see, because there was a card that came up at the end, and I've never done this before, and in a way perhaps I'm glad that I'm redoing this, because there was a card that came up at the end that I didn't show you, and it was the High Priestess in reverse, and I never like to see that, because that's about kind of spiritual meanness. That's about the unwillingness to extend the spiritual gift of compassion. Sorry, I'm just going to take a little sip there. I didn't want to show you that because I didn't want to dishearten you. Which way is that going? Oh, right, okay. Okay, listen, this is going to be all right, but there's going to be some to and fro inside you this week. You You're going to feel like the vessels of the liquid of your life are, that things are being poured from one vessel to another and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards, and that also links in with the Wheel of Fortune here. It's going to be an uncomfortable week, Leo, but yeah, you're going to get through it, because this is temperance. And yeah, however disturbed you are by what's coming, you have the maturity to hold on. I mean, like I said, I don't see any bloody great disasters here, but I just think that you are going to end the week with some of your long-held internal beliefs a bit up in the air, and that's not going to be particularly comfortable for you. So sorry about that. This is sugar free. Please like, please share, please subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. I would be very, very interested to see what your response is to this. Please tune in for another reading in due course, and for personal readings, the email address is in the description box below. Cheers, Leo. Bye-bye.